In this video, we're going to go over how to create an introduction paragraph. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at the introduction paragraph outline. And our question is, should kids play football? And in order to answer that question, we need to have a good idea of what the article is about. So we have read this article before in class, but if you forgot it, you're going to want to get a copy from me and look it over again. So the first thing, if we look at our outline, that we need to do when creating an introduction paragraph is create a hook. And remember, a hook, the purpose of a hook is to get our reader's attention. We talked about 6 different types of hooks. If you forgot what they are, it'd be a good idea to take a look at the previous video and review the 6 different types of hooks. Remember, we can ask a question, we can tell a story, we can have an onomatopoeia, attention getter, find a fact from the article, strong opinion, statistic. All those are different types of hooks that we could use. I'm going to tell a story, so my hook might say something like, it's going to kind of combine the story and the attention getter. So crash, you fall to the ground after being tackled by a player twice your size. My next job is to create a thesis statement. In a thesis statement, notice how that's our purple goal. And remember, our purple goal is to restate and answer the question. And that's what we're going to do for a thesis statement. So our question is, should kids play football? And my job is to restate and answer that. And when we look at the hook, notice how the hook kind of lends itself for me being on the no side. So I'm going to put kids should not play football. Notice how I do not have a because in here. And I saw a lot of people, when they wrote the introduction, the first time they put kids should not play football because. In this class, we're going to separate the thesis from the preview. So our thesis will never have a because in this class, where all we need to do is restate and answer the question. Now the because part actually comes in the preview. And with the preview, my goal is to come up with 3 ideas to prove why kids should not play football. And these 3 ideas, they can come from my ideas. I don't have to get them from the article. But remember that I need to be able to prove them from the article. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by restating the thesis, and then we're going to add our 3 ideas. Now when we restate the thesis, this is a good time to look for synonyms so we don't sound too repetitive. So remember, our preview is yellow. I'm going to go with kind of a gold so we can see it better. And I'm going to put another word for kids. I'm going to put students. Should not. Instead of play, I'm going to put participate. Participate in football because it can take priority over school. It can cause lifelong injuries, and even NFL players view it as dangerous. Notice our preview is 1 sentence long, and that's our goal. When we're writing a preview, we have a couple goals to keep in mind. First of all, we want it to be 1 sentence, and what I call this is a comma, comma, and sentence. So we restate the thesis, have 1 reason, comma, another reason, comma, and another reason. Also notice how these reasons are real short. We'll expand on them when we write a paragraph, and they're broad. In other words, they're big reasons where I can write a whole paragraph on it and find at least 2 pieces of text evidence on it. Next thing we would do is, after filling out this outline, which if you don't have this, you can come see me and I'll give this to you, is you go to Google Classroom, click on Should Kids Play Football Assignment, and then click on the attachment. And I would just copy my outline into a paragraph. So the first sentence is crash. You fall to the ground after being tackled by a player twice your size. Kids should not play football. After we've written our paragraph, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to color code it. So remember, our hook sentence is gray. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the highlight, turn it to gray. I want to make sure my gray is a light gray so it's easier to read. Our thesis is purple. And our preview is yellow.